Why do internet's biggest crushes right now look less like rugged lumberjacks and more like Victorian ghosts? What do Timothée Chalamet, Barry Keoghan, and Harry Styles actually have in common? They are proving that the traditional alpha male is officially dead. Welcome back to channel, besties. Grab your matcha, because today we're breaking down about a massive astrological shift that just has changed the female gaze forever. The era of the hyper-masculine, emotionally unavailable gym bro is completely done. For 15 years, Pluto was sitting in Capricorn, the sign of tradition, status, and the green set. That's exactly why we were obsessed with the alpha male who looked like they could casually chop down a tree and buy a Fortune 500 company before lunch. But Pluto just moved into Aquarius for the next 20 years. Aquarius is a rebel. It rules individuality, eccentricity. In this new era, being hot is entirely about your aura and your unique vibe. We have officially traded the alpha for the ethereal. Let's break down the soft boy revolution, the ugly hot phenomenon, and why astrology is to blame. So let's break down the soft boy blueprint. I'm talking about the guys who look like they could write you a poem, devastatingly beautiful poem. Like, think about Timothée Chalamet. When he hit the scene in Call Me By Your Name, it basically reset the cultural timeline. He was playing the piano, reading the poetry, crying by a fireplace, speaking French, and then in Dune, he's this messianic figure. But he's not swinging a giant broadsword like an 80s action hero. He's strategic, he's slight, he's carrying this intense, fragile, and almost even tragic energy. He doesn't look like a warrior, he looks like art. Astrologically, this is pure Uranus and Aquarius energy taking over. Aquarius completely deconstructs gender norms. The men who are thriving right now are the ones who aren't afraid of their Venus energy. Venus rules aesthetics, beauty, softness, receptivity. For decades, traditional masculinity told men, hide your Venus. Don't care about your clothes, don't wear jewelry, be rough around the edges. But the modern soft boy leans all the ways in. And it's not just naturally skinny, artsy guys. Look at Jacob Elordi. He is 6'5". By 2010 standards, he should be playing the classic macho job. But what does he do now? He plays complex, emotional characters. And in real life, he walks around with tiny Bottega Veneta bags and drinks iced matcha. Right now, vibe matters more than muscles. When you mix Venus with Uranus, the planet of shock and breaking rules, you get a man who can wear a sheer blouse or a pearl necklace and somehow look way more magnetic than a guy in a basic tux. And listen, this part matters. Being a soft boy is not a weakness, it's a flex. It's freedom. It's a man looking at old system that says, act like this to be a real man, and he's just puffing. When Harry Styles wore that dress on the cover of Vogue, it was a clear Aquarian statement to the old guard. They do not dominate a room with loud and aggressive energy. They dominate it by being fully, unapologetically themselves. Wait, let's back up, because we cannot talk about the soft boy without talking about his dark, twisted, slightly unhinged sister, the ugly hot phenomenon. Or, as the internet lovingly calls them, the rodent man. Why are we completely feral for men who do not fit the traditional mathematically symmetrical standards of beauty? It is not just a vibe, it's literally written in their birth charts. We are dealing with pure, concentrated Scorpio and Pluto energy. Look at Adam Driver, who basically started this entire movement. When he played Kylo Ren, it literally rewired our brains. And look at his chart. He is a Scorpio sun with his Pluto also in Scorpio. When someone has this much heavy Plutonian energy, their attractiveness is not just in their bone structure, it's entirely in their gaze. It's an intense, slightly dangerous magnetism that completely bypasses your logical brain. And then we have Barry Keoghan. Do I even need to bring up that Saltburn bathwater scene? Of course he did that. Look at his chart. He literally has Venus, the planet of love and attraction, sitting right next to Pluto, the planet of the underworld and primal obsession, in the sign of Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio is the ultimate I want to consume your soul placement. It crosses boundaries. It's repulsing, but you literally cannot look away. And what about Jeremy Allen White? I mean, did you guys see that Calvin Klein ad? My brain just stopped functioning for a solid 10 minutes. But look at his cosmic blueprint. He's an Aquarius sun, which gives him that unconventional uniqueness. But his moon is in Aries, giving him this raw, sweaty, and aggressive fire. Combine that with Venus in Pisces, which is deep and slightly messy. It is just an astrological recipe for a guy who looks like he smells like cigarettes and unresolved trauma, but you desperately want to fix him. You see, conventional attractiveness, the perfect jawline, the perfect straight nose, that is very Libra. It's polite. But Pluto doesn't care about polite. These men, they have a complex, slightly unhinged vibe that says, I have layers that you couldn't possibly understand. And honestly, it's the most refreshing thing in the world. So, we have broken down the guys, but let's actually look at ourselves for a second. We have to talk about how the female gaze and the societal gaze in general has fundamentally shifted. Like, why our tastes changing so drastically right now? Let's go back to that Capricorn versus Aquarius transit. When Pluto was in Capricorn, the collective subconscious was hyper-focused on security. Capricorn is the ultimate earth sign. It wants a solid foundation. It wants to know that the mortgage is paid on time. So basically, the ideal partner during that era was the empire builder, the provider. Women are subconsciously looking for a guy who represented safety in a really chaotic economic world. But honestly, look around. We are making our own money. We are buying our own houses. We do not need a man to open a bank account for us anymore. We build our own Capricorn empires. So now that we have our own security, what are we actually looking for? Enter Aquarius. Aquarius wants a soulmate. It wants intellectual stimulation. It wants a plot line. If you have spent more than 5 minutes on TikTok, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The endless fan edits to Arctic Monkeys songs, the entire book talk community, women are literally screaming that they want the written by a woman male archetype. The modern woman is no longer looking to be this pretty little +1 to the successful man's life. We don't want a guy who just looks good on paper. We want someone who is going to hold our purse while we are shining. We want someone to challenge our perspective. We want someone who doesn't care about acting tough for the other guys. So the question everyone keeps asking, will this traditional hyper-macho man ever make a comeback? Honestly, not anytime soon. Pluto is going to be cruising through Aquarius for the next 20 years. 2 solid decades, guys. This means that this trend toward unique, unconventional, and weird beauty is only going to grow stronger. The world is becoming more inclusive, less predictable, and far more interested in authenticity than conformity. And it's no longer defined by a man's ability to fit into this emotionless box. So now I need to know your take on this. What is your exact type? Are you totally mesmerized by the ethereal, angelic soft boy, or you're completely under the spell of the dark, Pluto-heavy, ugly hot guy? Drop your sign, I will reply and tell you what exactly, which of these types you are subconsciously pulling in your life. If you loved this deep dive and you want to keep tracking how the planets are secretly manipulating all of our pop culture tastes and beauty standards, hit that subscribe button, turn on the little bell so that you do not miss our next Astro Tea session. Stay weird, my loves. Bye!